best movie post-credit scenes of all time. Hey there everyone, and welcome to another video on streaming stars. Sometimes we just don't want a film to end. Luckily, some movies provide us with an extra little treat once the credits have rolled. You have to be patient to get to see these gems, but the thrill of seeing something unexpected is pretty rewarding, and as the post-credit scenes listed below demonstrate, can occasionally put an entirely different spin on what you've just seen. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on anything. Alright, let's get into it. Deadpool. Following the credits, Deadpool appears in a bathrobe, approaches the camera, and gives the exact same speech Ferris Bueller gave at the end of his film. This is probably the first time an after-credits scene spoofed another movie's after-credits scene. He speaks about the post-credits from Iron Man and leaves for a second. But it doesn't end there. Deadpool returns with the information that Cable will appear in the sequel. A few names are thrown out who might play the character. Many superhero movie post-credits scenes give a little tease as to where the sequel might go. Deadpool tells you directly what to expect, and he doesn't care at all. That's why we all love him. Curse of Chucky. Curse of Chucky came out in 2013, and it delivered a stinger 25 years in the making. The original, of course, is the story of little boy Andy Barclay, played by Alex Vincent, who is gifted a Chucky doll that is inhabited by the soul of a serial killer. The doll goes on a murderous rampage because that's what dolls inhabited by souls of serial killers do. The post-credit sequence of this sequel shows Andy's revenge on the doll. It is a gift to fans of the original Child's Play, showing that more than 2 decades later, Chucky is no match for his one-time owner. Iron Man. The movie Iron Man from 2008 seems to end with Tony Stark admitting to the media that he's Iron Man. Those who stayed got a real shock. A bonus scene finds Tony returning to his home, where a mysterious figure is by the window. It's Nick Fury, and he wants to talk to him about the Avengers Initiative. No one saw it coming, and it announced not just an Iron Man sequel, but also announced an eventual Avengers movie. We know this now, but back then with that scene, Iron Man kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But nobody knew it until the film's final seconds. And why not? Next is the Avengers. Superheroes. They protect the lives of innocent civilians. They save the world. But have you ever wondered what they do after they've saved the world? After their grueling battle against the Chitauri mothership, the Avengers are shown sitting in a restaurant eating shawarma, playing off a joke Tony Stark made earlier in the film. They're dirty and worn down from the fight, and they look exhausted. No one speaks. They just sit and eat. It's an inspired bit because it suggests that after saving the world from destruction, Earth's mightiest heroes go back to the same mundane day-to-day activities that we average folks engage in all the time. Even when you're a superhero, there are moments in life that are bland and uneventful. Big Hero 6. When Disney released this in 2014, a lot of people didn't know that Big Hero 6 was based on a Marvel property. The movie may not be an official part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it certainly plays by a couple of the MCU's rules. And one of the biggest of those rules is that Stan Lee shall have a cameo. In the post-credits scene, Fred meets his father, and it's a computer-animated Stan Lee. Together they recite Fred's underwear philosophy from earlier in the film. WandaVision. Marvel had an extra hidden surprise for WandaVision fans last Friday night, but only if they stuck around long enough to see it. After Jimmy and Monica connect following the end of the Westview Hex, Monica is confronted by a disguised Skrull agent who was sent by an old friend of her mother's. This post-credit scene is likely hinting that in the next MCU chapter for Monica, which we'll see play out in Captain Marvel 2 in November 2022, we'll see her meet with Nick Fury. From there, it's expected that the existing tension between Monica and Captain Marvel will be explored. Spider-Man: Far From Home. This one will instantly make sense to MCU fans who've seen Captain Marvel, and it'll be baffling to everyone who only casually drops into the Marvel films featuring their favorite characters. The two aliens in the post-credit scenes are Talos and his mate Soren, a pair of shape-changing Skrulls introduced in Captain Marvel. Originally presented as villains who steal people's shapes to infiltrate other cultures, the Skrulls were eventually revealed as refugees, desperately fleeing the persecution of the alien race known known as the Kree. Toward the end of Captain Marvel, the remaining Skrulls end up finding a new home aboard the high-tech space lab of Captain Marvel's mentor Mar-Vell, which is where Fury is vacationing after the epic battles of Avengers Endgame. Apparently, Talos and Soren were tasked with helping Fury out by keeping the home fires burning on Earth in his absence. This brings us to an end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then let us know by liking the video. Stick around for more amazing content, as we'll soon be seeing you in yet another video. Until then, take care and goodbye.